Dice out. Now. Game! Greetings, dear listeners, and welcome to our podcast. My name is Chich, and I'll be your DM for tonight, and the players with me tonight are Dia.
Hello!
Andreas.
What up, motherfuckers?
Hey!
Hey, strong intro. Cora.
I broke the GM.
It wasn't you. And Richard.
I broke the GM.
That's correct. Yeah, as you might have noticed, we have a new person on the podcast with us.
Who?
Exactly. So, yeah, Andreas, can you tell us quickly, what's the deal? What are you even doing here? Who invited you?
Well, I'm pretty sure it was you, and I'm here playing my wonderful grandma character from the Halloween episode that you might have heard, but on a more permanent basis, perhaps.
Perhaps? Yeah, that voice sounds kind of familiar. Where have we heard you elsewhere, possibly?
Yeah, well, you could have heard me on Omen Investigations if you're really into niche podcasts, or you could have heard me on Critscast like 10 years ago, maybe, if you're really into niche podcasts. But yeah, that's me.
Omen is somewhat less niche than us.
Somewhat, yeah. So yeah, peeps, it's been a while since we played, and I'm afraid the shenanigans that happened between the time since we last played broke me so completely that I cannot wrap my brain around what happened last time. So can anyone remind me?
Well, Kasny had a dream. He was in a blizzard in the sea. He saw a lady's face. She tells him he is getting stronger. She pokes him and he gets scared, then laughs himself awake. He wrote letters to Vex and Willow and took them to the post office, where he met an old contact, Dell, who was working there. They chat about work and made plans to meet later. Decla had got up early to meditate and do yoga. Dawn got up and looked for her. They got breakfast and discussed plans for the day. When Kasny returned, he and Dawn checked on Darren. He was not there, but all his stuff was. Kasny packed it up, and he and Dawn found the letters. We headed back down to ask the innkeeper, who told us that Darren had come down last night, but disappeared at some point, and that Daniel was still in bed. Kasny waited for them while Dawn and Decla headed to the library to research the sunset. On their way, Dawn bumped into Corella, an old friend, and arranged to meet her tomorrow at the library. Knowing that they'd be going to the library tomorrow, they instead went to a park, and Dawn brutally assaulted a guitar.
It was justified.
Ladies and gentlemen, Wonderwall!
No, not wonderful. Miracle Fence.
Miracle
Fence. Back at the inn, Daniel came down looking very much worse for wear. He got a drink and breakfast. Before long, Dawn and Decla returned. After Daniel finished his breakfast, we got a carriage to the Bank of St. George. Daniel jumped the queue, and Kasny found the tiefling at the counter familiar, but could not place her. She also does not recognise him. Daniel said he wanted a loan, and was led to a side room. The bank employee told him that it would take a day. Daniel left, and Kasny tried to explain how banks worked to Dawn. The group went off to the market. Decla bought fishing and hunting equipment, and Kasny looked around for magic items. He found a marble, or so it seemed, that had transmutation magic, and he bought it. The group then went on to meet Dell at a pub called the Bog Rose, the rose being in reference to the patron saint of sex workers. We found Dell, and she led us to a room while catching Kasny up on her gang's activity. She told us that in preparing for a job, Mickey got arrested, and his grandma was here to help. When we got to the door, it opened to reveal Marjorie, an elderly gnome who Kasny seemed to know.
That's me!
Yes, it's you!
Okay, yeah, so that's what happened. And yeah, you open the door, you see Marjorie. She's sitting in a large iron armchair. And other members of the gang are also in. You know most of them. You know Aliona, you know Dina, you know Loreto, you know... Actually, no, that's all of them. Aliona's a half-orc woman, Dina's a human woman, and Loreto's a non-binary elf.
Cool.
And the three of them see you and say, "Wait, Casney, is that you?"
Yes. Hello. Gosh, long time no see.
Kazni, I haven't seen you in 5 years. My voice just changed again.
It must be the shock.
Probably.
Are you going to introduce us?
Yes, Casney, who are your delightful companions?
Kasni goes over to them and greets them warmly. Yes, lovely to see you. It's been some time. Oh, gosh.
Yeah, we missed you, man.
Oh, how are things going? I hear things have been...
Well, Fiola, she's I don't think you've met her. She brought up this job and, Mickey got caught, but his grandma's here now? Like, how...
Mickey's always been useless.
Did I know Mickey?
Yeah, you did.
I didn't know you were Mickey's grandma.
I'm a lot of people's grandmothers, dear.
This is very... This has become quite evident. I'm not sure there's a gnome in the country you're not related to in some way.
Me neither.
Okay, so I introduce Aliona, Dina, and Loreto to the rest of the group.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, this is Dawn, and this is Decla. We've been travelling around. We're currently on a job with someone else, but it is... We have a little bit of free time. We're not needed for the rest of the day, at least.
Well, it's nice to meet you, Dawn and Decla.
Oh, the pleasure's all mine, I assure you.
I've changed my mind. Nice to meet you.
Oh, come on, you barely know us yet.
It's okay. They're actually very nice. This one, he seems...
I'm sure you're a perfectly gentlemanly gentleman, huh?
Mostly.
Most of the time. Do you by any chance know someone called Mox?
Mox? You mean Sox's brother?
Sister.
Sister? I don't know their genders, apparently.
It's alright.
It's been a few years, yeah.
Maybe they've changed in the time since you last saw them, you don't know.
It could be.
Gender's complicated.
Well, I believe they are my great-grandchildren, yes?
Truly.
Unless you mean some other Mox and some other Sox. It's a common gnome name, probably. How do you know them?
I consider both Mox and Sox very close friends of mine. Truly, this is such a small world.
I'm so glad they finally found some friends over there.
Well, I can truly say that my life would not be the same without them.
Yes, it would be far less interesting, having met them.
Far less incendiary as well.
Yes.
That does sound like them.
Is it a family trait? Does fire follow you everywhere as well?
Only occasionally. When I want things to be on fire.
Yeah, I don't think Mox has really nailed down that talent yet.
But fire is dangerous. It's not good for my books, so I try to stay away.
It's not good for my fur, I completely understand.
What about water? This one should know about that.
Also bad for books, actually.
Wow, books are so sensitive.
I think I'm probably bad for books as well. Or vice versa.
Yes.
Well, what are you doing here?
Well, we are, as Casney said, we're currently on a job. That's why I'm here right now. I'm really bored. But this seems to be solving that problem very quickly.
Yes, we're rather here to kill time. And I think Kasni has a friend here. Other than...
So you all used to run with Casney?
Well, once. In a maze.
A maze.
Well, I mean, we also spent time looking for your family. How did that go, by the way? I haven't heard, you found any...
I was going to ask, you haven't seen my grandson around the last 5 years, have you?
I have to say, I don't think I'd recognise the child if I saw them now, but the dad and the... No, I'm afraid I haven't.
No, I'm still looking. I'm sorry to say.
That is quite the mystery.
Well, it's taken me across the continent, so I guess there's some upsides.
Oh, travelling can be quite rewarding. Hopefully you can find some leads on that. It was so strange how that happened. Just out of nowhere.
Yes. Can we talk about something happier? I'm very sad all of a sudden.
Do you mean the happier thing like your grandson who is in jail?
Well, that's his own dumbass fault, actually, so...
That's true. At least you know where he is. You can't lose him if he's in jail.
Yes, he's not going anywhere.
Safe, secure storage, yes, I understand. Should we talk about the job?
Yes. What do you need help with?
Yeah, and Dell pipes up. Yeah, so Fiola's still at work, so she should be back soon. But anyway, so originally the plan was to rob the bank.
Gosh, bit more ambitious than our plan.
Yeah, I know, but she had some insight. She had an in with them, so we were gonna rob the bank. Like, we had the building scouted out, but they don't actually keep the money in the bank. They keep it in...
How do they get the money from their safe to the bank, then?
Well, that's what we sent Mickey out for. So we've been scouting out for a while.
Well, this one here, and Kasny points at Dawn. He actually he's quite stealthy. He has very respectable skills at sneaking.
I think he fancies himself a cat burglar.
Indeed.
Please, I'm more than just a simple thief.
Why, yes, of course, but you have such skills. I feel like they could be well used in this situation.
Well, so here's the thing. We sent Mickey to track them one time when they went to pick up a large sum. They do keep some money inside the building, but not enough to be worth our time. For larger amounts, they send out a cart outside the city. That's actually where Mickey got caught. So I've managed to speak to Mickey since he got caught, and he told me everything he saw. So basically, they take the cart with the large chest. The treasurer goes with three guards. They go somewhere out of town. Apparently there's like a cave in the hillside under the church. It's hidden behind hallucinatory terrain. And now, I don't know what exactly goes on in the cave. He tried to follow them in, but that's where he got caught.
What did he get caught with?
Well, officially he was trespassing. But, he was trespassing on bank property, technically, so...
Did he get caught by a guard? Did he get trapped in a spell? Did he get snared in a trap?
He was seen, and before he could run away, the treasurer teleported in front of him and caught him.
I see.
Just careless. I mean, it's basics.
That's what I keep saying. I don't know why people keep hiring him.
You can do wonders with a good PR department.
He's a wonderful... He's got a good heart, but he's just so bad.
Look, he's good at some things, okay? He's good at some things.
I seem to remember back in the day he pulled his weight at least most of the time.
Yeah,
I'm sure, yes, but
I mean, everyone's careless once in a while,
Yeah, well, and this time he got caught. So
It sounds to me like you want to hit the money while it's en route to the bank. That is the weak point. You don't want to attack it in its two strongholds.
Yes,
Unless they teleport the gold directly into the bank, which, if they're sensible, would be what I would do.
no, I don't think that's how they do it. But yeah, that was the plan. But that's why we've been stuck so far, because the treasurer, turns out she's a very powerful mage. And the four of us, even with 5 of us, it would be a challenge, and she's got 3 armed guards with her.
Quite ambitious.
Exactly, like, if it was just in and out of the building, that's one thing, but...
What type of mage, do we know?
No. I'm not really familiar with magic stuff. And Dina pipes up, actually, I think she's a sorcerer?
sorcerers, they just got lucky.
So you immobilize the mage, and that's the only issue. Like, guards are guards, sure, but...
I mean, they're armed... We're not fighters. Not really. And Loretta's like, well, you speak for yourself. And they, sort of do their, where you punch the palm of your hand gesture.
Yeah.
What about those 3? And I point at the 3 new entrants to the room.
Do I look like a fighter?
I don't know, do you?
No. He looks like a fancy boy.
Marjorie knows roughly what I look like, but we should have given a bit of a visual description.
Yes, please do give a visual description.
I should probably do the same, actually.
Yes, do. Okay, let's start with the new person. What does Marjorie look like?
As you enter the room, you see a very, very short old lady sitting in a oversized iron and red velvet lounge chair with, like, lion's paws for feet. And she's wearing, like, studded leather armor and has, like, her hair tied up with, in a bun, but with, like, a wrench holding it.
Nice.
Amazing.
And some goggles hanging on the top of her forehead. She's covered in, like, small bags, and you can see some tools attached. And on the side of her hip, she has her larger bag, but just undescript, I guess. Nondescript. And I think that about covers it. Very grey hair, but still lots of it.
Slightly pink undertone.
Yeah, probably. That's Marjorie.
So yeah, what does Decla look like?
She looks a little bit different nowadays. She's carrying a more intricate staff, which is ebony and has natural swirls at the ending, inscribed with lightly glowing celestial marking. Yep, she now has white robes of pretty high quality. She still wears a statuette of a saint around her neck. And on each of her hands, on like the back of the hand, she has tattoos. One of a diagram of the chakras, which looks a bit like the Venetian man. And on the other, she has the sun symbol of Palor / Saint Bernard. Or St. Bernard. She has grey salt and pepper hair, green eyes, a scar on her lip and on her arm, and she has not very many muscles for an orc.
She seems cool.
Okay, Dawn, what do you look like?
Dawn is a tall, rangily built tabaxi with black and grey mottled fur. He's dressed in a imperial purple coat which flows down to about his knees.
What's it made of?
Probably silk.
Excellent.
Voluminous, pure white trousers tucked into leather boots and a blue shirt. And on his head is a purple turban with a red gem on the front with a feather coming out of it.
You weren't kidding when you said fancy bar. Okay.
And this is his going out clothes.
And tiny glasses on his nose.
Ah, yes, tiny gold-rimmed spectacles on his nose.
Are they pince-nez or are they like proper spectacles?
Oh, no, they're proper spectacles.
Okay.
With big, luminous turquoise eyes.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, since we're giving descriptions, Casney, why don't you describe what does Casney look like as well? Just so we have everyone in one place.
Casney is sort of on the edge of tall, at about 5'10", and he's got a sort of... He's not especially muscular at all. And he has sort of blue-purple hair that looks like a sea anemone that sort of moves on its own. And he has very dark eyes with almost no white to them.
I suppose as a water genasi you stand out quite a lot.
Yes, I am very unusual.
Yeah, and what is he wearing?
Oh, he's of course wearing his favourite jacket, which is in a sort of a darkish blue with a lot of gold decoration around the edges and buttons and everything. It's long and very finely made. Oh, and he has an amethyst earring.
Cool. After hearing your descriptions, please ignore my previous comment about what about these three folks.
Yes.
Could we hire some fighters? No.
Casney has a remarkable ability to put people to sleep, and,
What?
That was Darren.
Oh, ignore it. No, I never said that. Sorry.
Marjorie lifts her feet up to reveal the big pointy teeth at the bottom of the chair, and is like, well, my chair can always help.
Oh, I did wonder if that might be one of your inventions.
It's a pretty recent one.
We don't often see chairs made out of cast iron.
And it walks, too, and I'd go a lap around the table.
That seems very useful.
Your chair walks.
Well, my legs aren't what they used to be.
That's incredible.
You have to make some concessions when you're adventuring at my age. But look, between the six of us, I'm sure that we can take down a single measly sorcerer.
Yeah, I mean, now that Casney is here and, like...
And I have my crossbow.
Yeah, Mimo, we know you. You're very good with crossbow. You've been telling us.
Pew pew.
Yes. You took down the scarecrow with that thing.
Good grief.
I did.
Yeah, and not the only thing, apparently. But anyways. Well, now that Casney's here, I think our chances are better. And if your two friends want to join in as well, I think we could actually manage that.
Well, and I look at Declan for a moment. Bank robbing. I mean, I'm up for that. And Dawn.
How much are we robbing?
As much as we can get. I don't know how much they're gonna take. The original plan was to fight the mage as they're coming out, but think if there's actually a vault in that cave, think how much there must be there. Why stop with just one mage? We could found a kingdom on that kind of money.
You're not wrong.
Casney turns to Declan. Think how many people you can help with that sort of money. How many orphans can be looked after? How many homeless people can find homes and warm clothing?
Would he be stealing from them? Seems a bit counterproductive.
You'd be sticking it to the man. Come on.
What man, though? I don't know who runs this bank.
Casney, however, recently informed me that banks are basically the biggest criminals out there.
Yes, they take the money that you put in them and they lend it to other people and then charge the other people for the pleasure.
That doesn't make any sense, but okay.
Exactly. It is.
And
it
yet
is
they
madness.
still make money off of it. So really, it's genius, I have to admit.
Oh yes, it's a very cunning con. Honestly, I have to agree with you on the matter. It does seem like a very good way to make money.
Is this sorcerer on the always on the card?
And is there only one sorcerer?
Well, yeah, I'm pretty sure. I only know what Mickey told me. Apparently, they drove the cart into the cave, and then when he came near the cart, he was seen. So I don't really know what.
Well, if they leave the cave, the people that we're worried about, if they leave the cave when they go with the cart, that seems like the best time to strike, no?
Yeah, but the problem is, I don't know where exactly the cave is. I've been trying to find it based on Mickey's description, but I haven't been able.
There can't be that many roads up there, and a cart leaves some very distinct impressions.
See, the thing is, there's a lot of fields out there, and a lot of farmers use carts to, cart produce and animals, so you can't tell which tracks are which. I think the best way would be to follow the cart to its destination and then wait for them to leave, but I don't know how we'd pull that off. I guess one of us would have to go in and take a loan or something.
Funny you should mention that. So you're after the vault, yes? Not the cart.
I mean, if we can't get to the vault, then the cart is okay, but I just think we should aim higher.
Well, to avoid a conflict of interest, I believe we should go after the vault. Not only is it a higher gain, it also serves to not bring any bad feelings between us if our businesses got entwined.
Okay.
So really, all you need with the cart is some flashstone, some smoke, and then you can knock the mage out, and that's pretty much half the problem disposed of. But if the mage is leaving the vault each time, then we know that the cart is coming back to the bank at least tomorrow morning.
Okay.
So in theory, it will be...
How is it coming back tomorrow morning?
Do
you know something? I don't... Shula's working at the bank. I think she'll be able to give us more info about it, but, she should be back any time now.
We, and Dawn indicates to Declan and Casney, are working for someone who is in fact taking out a loan. And they recently told us to be back there tomorrow morning. This is what I meant when I said it would be good if we don't get any entanglements. So if we can distract the sorcerer at the bank for long enough, that should leave you a free run at the vault, yes?
But we don't know where the vault is.
Well, that's the bit that we can help you with, hopefully.
Could someone hide underneath the cart when they're in the bank?
Or we could follow it.
That sounds less dramatic.
I mean, as the smallest of us, it would be the easiest to hide you.
Oh, well, I really wish I hadn't suggested that now.
I can give you a hand at being less noticeable. I can make you more stealthy. I have a particular talent.
Okay.
Yeah, and as you're discussing that, the door kicks open, and a red tiefling woman with big red hair and black eyes bursts into the room. And she says, "Guys, somebody took out a loan. We have to go today."
Oh, it's you!
Okay, what the fuck are you doing here, Casney?
I thought I recognized you.
Kasni, have you forgotten someone?
Yes.
Casney, you forgot me? You know what? Look, I know what I did to you and Colsior was a shitty move, but how dare you just forget me? Like, that's low even for you. Like, honestly, what is this guy doing here? And yeah, as she mentions Colsior, suddenly something clicks for you, and yeah, it's Ilka.
Why is she here?
Wait, you guys know each other?
She is not trustworthy.
Dawn is leaning back against the wall with a massive shit-eating grin on his face.
You can't trust her. She is only out for herself.
Oh, and I can trust you.
You tried to frame me for a murder.
I tried to get myself out from the murder.
Yes, by framing me.
I didn't have a choice. What else was I supposed to do? The guy died on me.
You could have, dropped him in a sewer or something.
Yeah, and
You left him in my house.
Oh, like that's the first time that's happened.
A dead body.
I mean, Oh, wait, it wasn't you, huh?
I don't know what you think of me, but people leave my house alive.
Like, it's not my fault he died, okay? I was just trying to protect myself, okay? And Anya.
Do I know that name?
Maybe. Actually, I don't think that whole time we actually mentioned her name, so...
I would have remembered that.
You don't know her.
Okay. Who is that?
Who's that? You don't...
Oh god. Please don't tell me it's my child.
No.
Is it Coolseal's child?
There's no child.
Who is Anya?
Anya was the guy's wife.
Oh, yes. No, you know what? I actually am more confused now.
Marjorie takes one of the sweets that all grandmothers can spawn out of her bag and eats it like she's chewing popcorn.
Dawn is doing the same with an olive.
You sure you're not tying a knot in a cherry stalk?
That's very Dawn.
He is now.
I have been assaulted by backstory, help! If I forgot you, it was only because I was trying to put you out of my mind. You left a dead man in my house.
In some places that's a sign of affection.
Where?
Well, in this case, it was a sign of trying to fucking survive.
You could have, set up someone who deserved it.
Look, I didn't plan on him to die. I was just gonna fleece him out of his money, that's all.
And run off with his wife?
Yeah, that sort of happened on its own. That wasn't really part of the plan.
Did you give him the stuff?
What? No.
He bought it himself?
Yeah,
You didn't know he had it?
I just know there was a rich merchant coming into town, okay? All I wanted to do was to... It was just about the money. It was never about murder.
Yes, yet you still left him there in my house. And then ran away.
Well, I can't help that.
Could have warned me.
How?
Found me, sent me a note.
I left the scene of the crime of a dead man. If I contacted you, I would have been incriminated.
Yes. Well, you're just lucky that I managed to get myself out of that.
If I could interject for a moment here. Kasni, you are fine. You are here. In good health.
There was a questionable period in which that was not assured.
But you are now. And that is the important thing. And I'm sorry I didn't get your name.
She has many names.
Oh, my apologies.
It's Fiola.
Fiola. And you too are here in good health. I would posit to both of you that we are here for a greater benefit. Yes, there may have been the odd corpse in your past, but...
Well, see how you feel if somebody comes into your house and leaves a dead man covered in whatever in your kitchen.
Then I would have the servants clear it up, Kasni.
I didn't have servants.
Well, that was an oversight on your part. That shouldn't mean you should blame our companion here. However...
You do know that not everyone has servants. Most people don't have servants.
Don't be ridiculous.
Well, do you think the servants have servants?
Depends how high up the servant tree they are.
It's a servant pyramid scheme.
You mean capitalism?
Casney just sort of looks out at everyone else. This man is so far removed from reality, I have no idea.
It's servants all the way down.
Yes!
It sounds to me like she gave you a good story, and that you should just get over it. Come on.
I'm kind of with Marjorie.
You know,
I have to
in
admit.
a lot of ways, if she hadn't screwed me over, we wouldn't have met, Marjorie.
Well, see? She did you a favor.
Yeah, I did you a favor.
You know what?
You should be thanking me.
I'm not going to thank you, but I will say that we are... the matter is settled.
Good, because she's our inside woman and we need her.
Yes. It's quite like her to be a double
Okay,
agent.
you can stop now, okay?
Okay, fine. But if there's any corpses left anywhere around my things...
Oh my god, it was one time.
I'm really loving this. This is great. Fine.
For what it's worth, you have my sympathies.
Who does?
What's her name? No, what's her name?
Oh god, I don't know what her real name is. Fiona.
Why, Fiola, of course.
She used a different name with me as she did with my friend.
So, Fiola, do you have any insight into where the cave is?
Not exactly, but I know when the cart leaves. I assume Dell has told you...
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
So we follow the cart. Or we put a tracking spell on it.
Tracking spell?
Does anyone have a tracking spell? I don't.
I have a really dumb idea. Wait, let me look at how my alchemy jug works.
Wait, you have an alchemy jug?
No, but I can make one at the end of a long rest.
Oh! Yeah. No, sorry, this is
Another backstory thing.
more backstory.
No, okay, it only holds a limited amount. I was hoping it was unlimited, because then we could just put it under the cart.
And have it just drop as it goes. Nice.
Yeah, leave a trail of mayo or whatever.
Mayo, the best one. That is the best thing the alchemy jug makes. Just limitless mayo.
But yeah, no, that plan doesn't work. Never mind.
I'm sure we could find somewhere that would sell some sort of sympathy. Mayo, yes.
The cart leaves the bank at 9.
In the evening?
In the evening. Yeah, it's an overnight thing, okay?
No, that's fine. That's good news. It makes it easier.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Easier to be unseen.
Indeed.
So yeah, it's gonna be Irina and 3 of the armed guards. I don't know exactly which 3. I don't know them all by name. And then they go from the bank to the cave Mickey told us about. So, what do we do about it? How do we... We need ideas, people.
Well, I mean, the obvious one is to just follow, but I guess there's a large chance of detection.
Unless you are doing something completely benign.
Well, I mean, eventually they're going to catch on that you're not taking any other turns than the ones they are. I don't suppose any of you have wings.
No.
But he and I can both be very stealthy.
Loretta's like, not yet, but just you wait, okay? One day, I'm gonna fly all over you fools, and it's gonna be a fucking amazing. And they just sort of stare into the distance.
I hope I live to see that day.
Oh, you will. You will, Nan, you will. And Dell's like, anyways, any other ideas?
I'm thinking.
I don't suppose we have a, infinite spool of wire or anything like that. Mox showed me this amazing contraption once, which was basically a drum, and this metal wire came out of it, and it just seemed to go on forever.
Okay, what's the use of that?
Well, you put it under the cart and let it spool out.
Right, but with Mox made it for... What did she make it for? There we go.
I just saw it in her workshop. I've no idea. I started pulling on it, and the next thing I knew, I was spooled in wire.
Yeah, she probably yelled at you a lot.
We could put some paint or something on one of the wheels.
It wouldn't last very long, though, would it?
I wouldn't think so.
Kazni, can't you fill something with infinite water?
Yes, but water isn't the best thing to leave a trail of.
It's gonna dry up very quickly.
Aren't we in the middle of summer?
Well, start of summer. Like a few weeks before the summer solstice.
But my point being is, it doesn't necessarily have to be water.
Well, what I can make is really water. I mean, you could add something to it, I suppose. I mean, you could leave a trail of that sooty water, or it would be a dreadful waste of red wine, but you could.
Let's not get too hasty, we're not that desperate.
Are any of you proficient at tracking in general? We could just do it the old-fashioned way.
Declan?
Again, that leaves the problem of actually being on site, so to speak.
How does that orb of yours work, Declan?
Points north.
Just points north. It doesn't. You can't point. You can't say point me towards this thing.
I could say that, but I won't do it.
I like sassy Declan.
Yeah, we need more sassy Decla.
Yeah, this is a hard one, actually.
I see two ways of doing it. We come up with some convoluted plan which involves us tracking the cart or leaving the cart to, make a trail, or we do it the old-fashioned way and stalk the cart.
I think we should just have someone hide underneath the cart so they can see where it goes and then tell everyone else where it is. That's probably safe, right?
That might be the best option, actually.
Del says, I'm kind of in favor of just, stalking the cart.
Yeah.
I don't know about you, but I mean, I'm pretty confident in my ability to stay hidden.
No one's going to suspect a 420-year-old grandmother of anything anyway.
But a 420-year-old grandmother on a metal abomination clomping down the road might bring a few raised eyebrows.
I object to you calling Cherry an abomination.
Cherry. Oh my.
I love it! It's the best thing ever!
I was speaking merely from how other people would perceive it.
Do I need to modify it to look less abomination-like?
But can you imagine meeting it on a dark road when you have no context of how benign it is?
Well, it doesn't have to. I can just get off it and it can walk on its own.
Still, Mima, I don't think you realize just how, scary Cherry is for someone who doesn't know what it is. It's a...
Marjorie holds her hands, on the top where presumably Cherry's ears are, so Cherry doesn't hear this grave insult.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to insult Cherry, but I'm a big girl, and even I was a bit unnerved when I first saw it.
Harumph. Well, fine. I'll go trail behind everyone else.
We don't need all of us to go. 2 people,
No?
or even 1 person would be a smaller scout party.
Fair.
I can scout ahead. We just need to know where it went,
Good point.
I think Dawn's probably the best one to sneak ahead.
And everybody looks at Dawn and, his flashy outfit, and it's yeah, any other ideas?
Well...
You haven't seen him. You
Del-
haven't seen him be stealthy. To be fair, he is. He can blend into the scenery better than you'd think.
Del, you said you are quite sneaky as well?
Yeah. It's kind of my specialty within the group.
Shall we make it a date then?
I'd prefer you phrase it any other way, but sure.
Wonderful.
Question, Chacha. Is Del ace?
Yes.
Thought so. So, in which case, I assume Kasni would know that?
Yeah, Kasni would know that.
I don't think she's interested. I mean, as hard as this is to believe, not everybody is inclined towards intimacy. Oh, you should. The stare he's giving, it would be very good to be able to see. It's like a
lot of Dawn is the facial expressions.
Yeah, it's a shame. Really need to have his faces.
Yeah, it's a shame this is an audio format.
It's alright, VR podcasting is coming, I'm sure. Dawn pats Kasni on the shoulder and goes, "A bit of friendly competition, that is all."
Yes, but I don't think she wants to date you.
Well, she doesn't know me yet.
I don't think she wants to date anyone.
Ah.
It's not you, don't worry.
Dawn strokes his whiskers and gives a sniff and says, "I never for a minute thought it was." Well, Del, a bit of a friendly competition then?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, good. I love a challenge.
Just don't get distracted by competition. This is a job that we need to do. Please be serious about it.
If you can't have a little fun, then why do it?
For the monies.
This one, I believe he has resources.
Yeah. Who would have thought? And she kind of looks him up and down.
Yes. He's a fancy kitty.
Mm-hmm.
Well, look at it this way. Would you take me for a thief?
I have seen you steal things.
When?
You took those things from the alchemy shop.
Yes, Cassie, but did you see me do that? Or did I just have it when I came out?
You went in without it, came out with it. It was removed from there, therefore you stole it. I didn't see you take it, I just saw you remove it from the premises, which is the same.
I disagree. If you're
Okay,
not caught in the act, then did you do it?
I do.
Okay, look, this is not a court. We don't have to discuss the legality of your actions here.
Frankly, Dawn doesn't look like a thief.
I suppose not.
Anyone who looks like him looks like a thief because they all steal from the common people.
That's true.
So, Del and I shall track the cart, which leaves at 9, you said, Fiora?
Yes.
Church, what time roughly is it now?
Roughly after 4.
Okay.
20 minutes after 4.
So, Del and I go and follow the cart and find out where the cave is. We know the cart is coming back because our little responsibility wants his money.
Mm-hmm.
So, while the cart is at the bank, the cave should be free, and you can go raid the cave. We'll keep the sorcerer busy, or try to stop them teleporting back.
Okay, that sounds like a sound plan, yes.
Sounds like an actual plan. I like it.
Richard, what are your cantrips?
My cantrips are Mage Hand, Minor Illusion, and Prestidigitation.
Okay. I was checking to see if message was one of them, because we could use it in this situation.
No, you couldn't, because messages... Actually, how much of a range does message have?
120 feet.
Yeah, no.
You're thinking of sending, which is...
No, I'm thinking of message. We can't get sending at this level.
No, yeah, it's level 3. Yeah, you're right. Damn it, I could... If I had thought about this beforehand, I could have made it so I could make sending stones.
Yeah. So instead, what we're going to have to rely on is me casting Mage Hand and waving a flag.
I mean, we are using evolving cantrip, so once we get to 5th level, it'll become 300 feet range. But
That's still only 100 meters.
yeah.
With Prestidigitation, can't you create like harmless lights and things like that though?
Yes.
You can, if you want to give away your position.
Yeah.
Same applies to minor illusion, really.
Yeah, prestidigitation only has a range of 10 feet, so you would be
Yeah,
mostly
that's
giving
kind of
away your
bullshit.
position.
Me? No, sir. Me in the field randomly? Why? What a crazy random happenstance.
Well, the big important thing that this all hinges on is finding the location of the cave.
It's true, we can't do anything until we find that.
You could use the figurine.
Oh, yes, the figurine can take messages quite far distance.
Didn't you send that one off?
The bird, we sent it back off.
Yes. Yes, that's true.
With a clarification because they got a very confused message back.
Yes, because your name is a word.
Yes. Dawn claps his hands together and goes, "Wonderful. I need to go change."
I'm definitely certain that this place has places you can change your clothes.
Yes.
Yes,
after
but I
all,
don't
a
have my
bedroom.
clothes here.
That's true.
What?
Yeah, you're at the Bog Rose right now.
Actually, I have Darren's entire bag,
Yeah, you do.
but I don't think that Dawn would be caught dead in anything from that.
Well, Darren also doesn't have a lot of clothes, like...
No, I wouldn't think so.
Also, they don't have a tail hole, you know?
Oh, that's true. But yeah,
It's alright to blend into the night. Dawn is going naked.
I imagine that Darren actually, he probably just has one outfit that he prestidigitates every morning.
Yeah, basically.
Well, I need to go get changed. I will meet... Shall we meet all back here? Say around 7?
Well, we'll be here, so...
Wonderful. Ooh, this is so exciting. This is much better than what we were doing previously. And Dawn leaves.
And Dawn leaves. Casney, Declan, Marjorie.
I guess I stay here. Who's up for a great game of bridge?
How do you play bridge?
Take a bunch of cards and you stack them against each other until they form a bridge.
Can Kasni has playing card proficiency.
I don't doubt it. I mean,
Kasni will play bridge with Marjorie until Thorn gets back.
Okay, the Decla...
Decla's staying there too.
Is she learning the bridge or...
Sure.
Sure.
Why not?
Okay, and as Marjorie and Kasni teach Decla to play bridge, that's where we're gonna end it for today. Dice Out Now Game is a 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons actual play podcast. Our intro and outro music is Bells by Fake Cats Project. If you want to get in touch with us, you can find us at Dice Out Now Game on Twitter, where you will also find links to our personal accounts. If you can, please rate and review our podcast and tell your friends about us. Now, game!